Multiple Crime Insider sources have reached out to CBS 6 in recent days, raising red flags about some of the things that were said at that news conference Wednesday afternoon about an alleged 4th of July mass shooting plot, a plot that Richmond Police Chief Gerald Smith said was foiled by investigators after they received a tip from a hero tipster. Well, today we caught up with the mayor, Mayor LEVAR Stoney, to try and learn more about the investigation and about the timeline itself.
I learned afterwards, after July 4th, on the morning of July 5th.
The leader of the city of Richmond admits tonight that he did not know about an alleged Independence Day threat until hours after it was supposed to go down. Mayor LEVAR Stoney first appeared with RPD Chief Gerald Smith at a news conference Wednesday in which they announced 2 suspects had been arrested for planning to attack the 4th of July celebration at Dogwood Dell. Smith saying his officers working off of a tip went to this house in the 3100 block of Columbia Street last Friday night and seized rifles, handguns, and ammunition. That night, Julio Alvarado Daban, who resides at the home, was taken into custody. But multiple sources tell me the man alleged to have made the actual threat, 38-year-old Roman Balacarcel, was not arrested that night, even though he was also inside the house, came into contact with officers, and showed them 2 different Colorado driver's licenses.
They surveilled the individual, and the individual was apprehended finally on July 5th. And I'm glad that they knew that this person should be watched.
Balacarcel was arrested by state police in the Charlottesville area Tuesday morning. He and Daban are both now charged with possession of weapons by undocumented aliens. But at this time, nothing related to plotting an attack.
The charges here are not just not anything related to the actual threat of a mass shooting. The charges here are just simply possession of a weapon by someone who's prohibited from possessing a weapon legally.
CBS 6 legal expert TODD Stone explaining why Julio Alvarado Daban was granted bond by a judge, even though the Commonwealth would later appeal that decision to a higher court.
If somebody's making even a marginally credible threat about a mass shooting, that's something that a prosecutor is going to be jumping all over at a bond hearing in front of a judge saying, look, you have to hold this person in jail because they are a threat to the public. If you don't hear that evidence in a bond hearing, it begs the next logical question, and that is, well, what does that mean? Does that mean that the evidence doesn't exist?
At Wednesday's news conference, Smith told CBS 6 that the Dogwood Dell event was identified by the tipster as the target, but it's not specifically named in the search warrant affidavit, and Crime Insider sources tell me that alleged threat made by Balacarcel was vague. Those sources also telling me that Richmond police officers who worked July 4th, including officers stationed at the Dogwood Dell event, were unaware of any threat. They also say that information of a possible plot was not shared with surrounding counties.
I want folks to ask questions, but let's all remember and be very thankful that we are blessed that nothing happened on the 4th of July in this community.
And Candace and Bill, I reached out to the Richmond Police Public Information Officer, asked for an interview with Chief Smith today. They responded this afternoon saying Chief Smith was unavailable, but they are planning on sending over a statement as of tonight. Julio Alvarado Daban is in the Richmond jail. Roman Balacarcel was being held in Albemarle, but online records show he is now on the move and in custody of another law enforcement agency. Alvarado Daban is scheduled to appear at a bond appearance hearing Monday morning. CBS 6 will be there in the courtroom.